Good morning, Spiritual Learning Center Atlanta. How is everyone doing today? Are we ready to sing? You wanna sing along, or you want me to keep playing instrumentals? Ready to participate? All right, then let's participate. This first song is Call and Response. You're not going to see the lyrics up on the screen because we still have some great information that we're going to be sharing with you. But all you have to do is repeat after me and boogie a little bit. If you want to move your hips or move your head a little bit, you can do that too. So just repeat after me. Or just sit there and soak it in. It goes like this. Namaste, 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 ah. Namaste, ah. Namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste. The light in me, the light in me, sees the light in you, sees the light in you. The joy in me, the joy in me, celebrates you, celebrates you. Yeah, namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste. The truth in me, the truth in me, sees the truth in you, sees the truth in you. My spirit now, my spirit now, celebrates you, celebrates you. Yeah, namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste. Now the most important love, the love in me, the love in me, sees the love in you, sees the love in you. My soul on high, my soul on high, celebrates you, celebrates you. Yeah, namaste, yeah, namaste, namaste, ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, yeah, namaste, yeah, namaste, oh namaste, yeah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste. Good job, everybody. Yes. All right, this one, you're going to listen to me sing it through once, and then you'll have it. And it'll be the same refrain over and over again. Spirit, work through me. You'll hear how it goes. I am open, Spirit, enter in. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Use my hands, use my feet, use my mind, all of me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. You got it? Here we go. I am open, Spirit, enter in. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Use my hands, use my feet, use my mind, all of me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Again. I am open, Spirit, enter in. I am open, 'Holy Spirit, work through me. Use my hands, use my feet, use my mind, all of me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Again. I am open, Spirit, enter in. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Use my hands, use my feet, use my mind, all of me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Use my hands, use my feet, use my mind, all of me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. One more time. I am open, Spirit, enter in. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Use my hands. use my mind, all of me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. I am open, Spirit, work through me. Yeah, nice job, everybody. All right, this one's going to be a little bit faster and bouncier. I'll sing the first refrain, and you'll hear how it goes. There's a million words, but you just play along, and it'll be fun. This one made it into the new Empower Songbook. All right, let's put our hands together. All right, the melody goes like this. We come together as one. We come together as one. We come together like brilliant rays of the sun. We come together as one. We come together as one. We come together like brilliant rays of the sun. We come together as one. We come together as one. We come together like brilliant rays of the sun. That's it. We come together in peace. We come together in peace. We come together with graciousness and ease. We come together in peace. We come together in peace. We come together with graciousness and ease. We come together in peace. We come together in peace. We come together in graciousness and ease. We come together in love. We come together in love. We come together with understanding and trust. We come together in love. We come together in love. We come together with understanding and trust. We come together in love. We come together in love. We come together with understanding and trust. Here comes some faith. We could all use some faith. We come together in faith. We come together in faith. We come together to live and co-create. We come together in faith. We come together in faith. We come together to live and co-create. We come together in faith. We come together in faith. We come together to live and co-create. Gonna go up a little bit. We come together as one. We come together as one. We come together to honor everyone. We come together as one. We come together as one. Bless you. Together to honor everyone. We come together as one. We come together as one. We come together to honor everyone. Good job, everybody. You know, the only thing more fun than singing and playing is having people sing and play with you. So happy for everyone that's here today. This one is a little bit wordy too, but if you want, all you have to do is sing the chorus, and that just says, love, love is the answer. Love, love is the answer. When we're lost and we're afraid, love is the answer. When we need to find our way, love is the answer. Love ourselves and one another, sister, brother, lover, love's the answer. Oh yeah. When we need to be okay, love is the answer. There's decisions to be made, love is the answer. Love ourselves and one another, sister, brother, lover, love's the answer. Now here comes the easy part. It goes like this. Love, love is the answer. Do that. Love, love is the answer. Again. Love, love is the answer. Love, love is the answer. I hear you singing through those masks. When we don't know how or why, love is the answer. When we give life one more try, love is the answer. Love ourselves a better way. And everybody knows that love is so much more fun than hate. Oh yeah. Love ourselves and one another. Sister, brother, lover, love's the answer. We're singing that chorus out. Here we go. Love, love is the answer. 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 Good job, everyone. And now let's stand and sing our... Oh, wait, we're doing a video.
This creek is Baldwin Creek. It is one of the creeks on our land. It is a protected creek because it runs into the Dog River Basin, which is the water source for Douglas County, where we live. Nothing can be built within 250 feet on either side of the creek, and nothing is to be changed or disturbed. The short distance up the creek is a street. Runoff from the asphalt, toxins, and pesticides in the yards of the houses and other pollutants run into the creek. So I want you to think about our part in saving and protecting our waters. What can we do? We are all part of nature, but do we need to do more than say it is nice or it is pretty? Certainly, the mental consciousness of stewardship is a good idea. How we treat the environment in our basic ground roots behaviors is also important. I asked a Cherokee elder teacher one time, doesn't it help to go in consciousness of goodwill? She said, have a clean carburetor. I know that this creek is fed by underground springs. It always is running even though it hasn't rained. And when it rains, it clears up in about 1 hour. But what is on the ground soaks down through the soil into those springs. We are always connected to nature in some way, even if we sit at a desk all day until we go to bed. Everything we eat in some way goes into our water system. We are all part of the same system. We are all one. I am asking you to become more mindful, not only of what you throw away, but also what you put into your body. Your body is mostly water. Everything comes from water and goes back to water. Water is life. Look at this water. Listen to it. It looks clear. But is it? What can you do?
All right, everyone. Now let's stand and sing our opening song. I am grateful for this day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of God appears. I am grateful for each day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of God appears. I am grateful for this day, for the love we share, the life we make, and I give thanks for all the many ways that the love of God appears. Oh, the love of God is here. Thank you, everybody. You may be seated.
Welcome, 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 everyone. What a pleasure to be here and to see all the beautiful faces. My name is Letitia Dickerson, and I proudly serve as a licensed practitioner here at the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. We are a center that educates and engages seekers on their spiritual path. As a member of the global movement, Centers for Spiritual Living, our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global growth and transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And our vision is a world that works for everyone. Thank you. Whether it is your first time, you are watching from home, or you are a member, SLCA is where you belong. We are grateful for your presence this morning. For more information about today's service and ways to connect during the week, please take a moment to scan the QR code found either on the back of the seat in front of you or the one displayed on the monitor. Now is the time we recognize our Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta's youth, both attending here in person and watching online. As Nelson Mandela once said, the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. So please join me in affirming the youth affirmation that appears on the screen. We see and we hear you. We bless and love you. We thank Spirit for you. And so it is.
Good morning, Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. How are you this morning? Awesome, awesome. My name is Jean Bell, and I will be your speaker today. My pronouns are her and she, and I lovingly serve as a staff minister here. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Our beloved Reverend David is off in Kansas City, Missouri on a New Thought conference. Let us send our love and blessings to him. All right, so I'm going to say an affirmation. I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to listen, and then I want you to repeat it with me. Sounds good? All right. So, I acknowledge the love, grace, and power of Spirit flowing in, through, and around me as the nourishing waters of my life. All right. Can we bring it up on the screen? So let us say this together, all right? We're going to say this together. I acknowledge the love, grace, and power of Spirit flowing in, through, and around me as the nourishing waters of my life. All right, let's make it a great day.
Can you sing with me? I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Can you sing to your neighbor? You are so blessed. You are so blessed. You are so grateful for all that you have. You are so blessed. You are so blessed. You are so grateful.
Good morning once again, beautiful people. Okay, so I'm here now, Letitia Dickerson, to do the affirmative prayer, also known as a treatment. And we use affirmative prayer because we know that all that we have and all that we want is right here, right now. So if you will, just take this time to just relax in your seats and turn inward and know this, that there is just one power and one presence from which all things emerge. It is a source of all good. It always says yes. I know that this one power and this one presence flows through me, as me, guiding and directing me always. I know that it is love, it is beauty, it is joy, it is happiness, and that all of my needs and desires are always met. I'm so grateful for this. I know that right now and right here, Spirit is moving in and around this community, around the world, loving, giving, and holding it all together. I know that everyone participating in this service this morning is open and receptive and allows Spirit to move and guide them, allowing the words to flow effortlessly through them. I give thanks, and I'm so grateful for Reverend Jean Bell, for Jennifer, for Molly, for Shannon, for all those who support this community and love this community and give their all in all so this community may thrive and survive. I'm grateful for this and so much more. And I know that the love and the joy that I feel and that I know exists within me and that is me, I know this for each and every one here in this community and all around the world. And in gratitude and joy, I share this good with the world. I share my good with this world. And I hope and know that it is received and given back 3 times more. I'm so grateful for this and so much more. And we all say together, as we release these words into the Lord, that it is done, and so it is. Amen.
Sing with me. With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. With every prayer, I breathe the love of God. I breathe the heart of God through me. As I open and allow, I know right here and now, my Creator wonders never cease. With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. Oh, we start as a trickle upstream, gaining width, gaining depth, gaining speed, meeting in unison as every river comes crashing into one great sea. Rivers of life. and we all run swiftly downstream, over rocks, over dams, over trees. Oh, but we flow around them and gather momentum, 'cause we've deeper waters to reach, and we flow to the ocean of love, 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 and we're all great rivers of life. Waterfalls, they can't stop us. Every rock's becoming polished as we flow to the ocean of love. And the creeks come tumbling down, down, down. Every brook, every stream by and by. Oh, wisdom and power from each storm and shower spring forth from a source that runs deep. Oh, and we flow to the ocean of love, 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 and we're all great rivers of life. Waterfalls, they can't stop us. Every rock's becoming polished as we flow to the ocean of love. Oh, as we flow to the ocean of love. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Not Earth Force, the water of life. Yes? Good morning again, everyone. And thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook and YouTube Live. Today's talk is titled The Water of Life. And this month's theme is nature. And I'm going to tell you a story. It happened about maybe 30 years ago when I was very, very young. Very, very young. I was wondering who was going to catch that. You know, I decided it was time for me to learn how to swim. Yeah, I grew up in New York, and my neighborhood didn't have a lot of swimming pools. I mean, there were a few, but I didn't know those folks. So when I moved to Germany, a dear friend of mine asked me, "Do you know how to swim?" I was like, "Nope, I sure don't." And they said, "I'll teach you." And their family would go to this beautiful camping ground, and you could build like cabins on there, or you could have trailers, camping trailers. And it was a great place to get away for the weekend. And so I would often go there and barbecue and grill, teach them how to barbecue American style, and they loved it. And so I learned how to swim that summer. So I went on vacation to the States. And I was with a friend of mine, and we were traveling all over the place, and we were in Texas. And we said, okay, let's hang out by the pool. Beautiful pool. I said, well, I know how to swim now. I'm going to get in. And I started doing a couple of laps back and forth across the pool. And about my third or fourth lap, as I crossed the pool, I stopped, and I went from horizontal to vertical. And I started treading water, realizing that I was exhausted. I had taken a hike that morning. I wasn't acclimatized to the hot, humid Texas air. I was still jet lagged. And I panicked. And my friend, I yelled out and I said, "Hey, I think I'm having a little difficulty here. Even talking about it, I'm getting panicky. Can you come and can you get me?" So I told her about my situation, and at that point in time, I went under. And when I came back up, I was in a full-blown panic. And I started yelling, "Get me out of here. Please, get me out of this water." And she came in, she jumped in, and she swam over, and I grabbed a hold of her, and we both went under. And I knew I had to let her go. And when I let her go and she swam back to the side of the pool, she stood up, and I'm thrashing, and I'm taking on water. She said, "Listen to me." She said, "You can swim. You've been doing this all morning. You go under and you look at this side of this pool and you swim with all that you have, and I will pull you out." And in that moment, I believed her. And I took a breath, and I went under and I swam with all my might, and my only focus was that wall of the side of that pool. And when I touched the side of that pool and I reached my hand up, she pulled me out. Needless to say, I learned a lot of lessons that day. And some of them I didn't glean truly until later on in life. Ooh, just thinking about it, I tell you, it brings back memories. I had post-traumatic stress for a couple of nights behind that. Some of the things I learned was that I lost confidence in the fact that I knew how to swim. But most importantly, my friend taught me also how to float. They told me that if you should ever get tired, you could just float. They said this is one of the most important life-saving things that you can learn. But I lost confidence in all of that because of fear. Other factors, my inexperience in swimming, being that I just learned how to swim, fatigue, not being acclimatized, jet lag, panicking, it all influenced everything that happened that day. But one of the biggest lessons that I learned was I allowed fear and doubt to sweep across my mind. And my dear friend Yolanda, she knew I knew how to swim, and she reminded me of that. She reminded me simply that I could swim. And my saving grace is that I believed her. I believed her in that moment. Oh yes, you know I learned to respect water that day and to be more aware of my own abilities to navigate in and through it. The other important thing I learned was that water would have held me up if I would have just surrendered and relaxed in it. I was in still water in that pool. There were no waves. There were no currents. I could have just leaned back and floated. But I fought against it and lost faith in what I learned. I struggled, I thrashed, I railed against it. It was my own resistance that could have been my demise. For me, it was a spiritual lesson, too, of how Spirit is there in the still waters, ready to hold us up when we allow ourselves to be supported by it. When we relax and let God be God in our lives. How many times have we thrashed and railed and ignored that innate instinct that is within us, that's showing us, guiding us, and telling us what to do? We're thrashing around through the thing called life, ignoring it. But it's there. It's always there in the stillness of our very soul. I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but now I want to switch up a little bit and talk about the water of life on this planet and how it, too, like Spirit, sustains us. In the video we saw earlier by practitioner Catherine Daniel Wheelis, thank you for that. She showed us a beautiful creek that's flowing on her property with refreshing water. Her words reminded us of our connection to water, as it is essential to sustaining life as we know it. She also reminded us that it is our responsibility to be good stewards of our waterways and to guard it against pollution. You know, when I think about water and when I think about our planet, it really should have been named Planet Water. But unfortunately, our ancestors had a very limited perception of what was going on. All they could see was Earth. Because 70% of the surface of water, the 70% of the planet is water. And so is our body, right? We need water to survive. We need water to survive. One of the things that I love that Catherine said, she said, we are all part of the same system. We are all one. We all live on Earth, but are we really living as one, in harmony with the planet, with nature, and all living beings, with ourselves? Somebody cut me off this morning. You know, like, blessings to you. I know you're going to be safe because you too are a part of the divine whole. But I had to remind myself that because, you know, you can get a little feisty on 285 every now and again. But we have to remind ourselves that they too, everything on this planet, is a part of the divine whole. Our ancestors came out of the water, evolving from swimming to crawling to walking. Water is our first home. We were nurtured in water for the first 9 months of our lives. And by the way, I have a new goddaughter. She's probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks old now. And when she came out, she was all pruned and wrinkled because she was in water. We start out with an intimate natal connection to water. We need water to live. Clean, pure water. There are so many challenges to water. So many challenges to the survival of our planet. Nature is affected by human greed. The water industry bottles water at its source and sells it to the individuals downstream who used to have free access to this water. These sources cannot run forever. Eventually, they will run dry. There are individuals in this world. Now, you and I, we can't phantom this. We cannot phantom waking up before sunrise and walking miles and miles to a watering hole, a muddy watering hole that is shared by other neighbors and villages and tribes. We can't phantom a muddy hole that livestock also drink from, bottle that water, and then take it back to our homes and give it to our families. These individuals are often plagued by so many diseases, and it's so unfortunate that many of their children succumb to these diseases because they do not have pure water to drink. About 750 million people are in this situation. That's only about 10% of the Earth's population. That's not many, right? But guess what? We are the other 90%. We don't have to worry about that. And we don't have to worry about trying to find water or even thinking about whether or not the water that we're drinking is clean and clear. Now, I think most of us do filter our water, but for the most part, we can drink it. Now, the crisis in Flint, Michigan, however, has brought to many attention that there is things wrong with our water. But for the most of us, we don't worry about that. In fact, we have systems to protect us when there are main water breaks, advisories to tell us to boil water, right? And then advisories to tell us when it's okay again. So for the most part, our systems are okay. Most Americans, they go through remaining unaware and uninformed, continuing to support activities that pollute rivers, lakes, and our oceans, whether indirectly or directly. We waste water. I was in the shower this morning, and I said, while I'm lathering up, I can turn this off, right? While I'm brushing my teeth, I can turn the water off, right? Now I have to start to be more conscientious of water because it is precious. It is vital to all of life. I mean, look, reserves all across our country are drying up. I'm sure you heard about Lake Mead. There's others, the reservoir on the Colorado River. There's Lake Powell on the Utah and Arizona state borderlines. They're all drying up because we were not good stewards of our waterways. Now, if we believe that water is essential to all of life, it will be demonstrated in how we act. And our actions are so important right now. Conversely, if we routinely act in ways that misuse water, we will display it in our inner spirit, that lack of water, that lack of respect for water. We have to start paying attention. We have to start being better stewards. It's time to take up the challenge of moving from just saying words to understanding how this truth shows up in our lives and make it a daily sustainable practice. This whole month is an invitation to explore a deeper connection to God as everything and everyone on this living, amazing planet. We all must become good guardians and custodians of the lakes and rivers and creeks that we have here on our planets, that are in our communities. Let us immerse ourselves in the flow, in the river of life. So I'm going to invite you today to change your relationship to water. I want you to become more conscious of how you're using water and take actions to conserve this water in your homes. I want you to investigate how water reserves and resources are used in your neighborhoods, in your communities. I want you to start thinking about ways that you use water and how you can save on that usage. Let's help bring awareness. If we got teenagers in our homes, let's remind them the water doesn't have to run while you're brushing your teeth, right? You've been warming that water up for 5 minutes, get in it, right? Turn it off while you're lathering up your body. Being conscientious, being aware is also a spiritual practice, right? Being aware of the things that we do in our lives. In all the things that we do, we need to give thanks for this precious resource and treat it with care. Because when we know better, we do better, right? When we know better, we do better, right? All right. Now I would like to get back to the spiritual part, because you know I'm not going to let you go without some spiritual stuff, right? You know, the master teacher once said, "Everyone who drinks of this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." That was a big statement. But in this verse, it's a simile illustrating the flowing power of spirit, always available as the sustainable power and source that is within us. You see, as we all move through this thing called life, there will be many opportunities and challenges that we face. We use our food and we use our water to sustain us to meet those opportunities and challenges. But there are times that we feel depleted and that food and water is not enough. We get spiritually depleted. But I'm going to tell you, we all know of a wellspring that is within us that never runs dry. We know of this energizing, uplifting power and presence that we call spirit, that we call life, that we call God. This is the living waters of life. This is what we need to connect and tap into, here, now, and always. And just like we dam up our water, we can dam up that spring too, seemingly. And how do we do that? We block it. We forget. We forget who we are. We forget who Spirit is in and through and showing up as us. We can't allow ourselves to forget that divine source that is within us. We can't allow ourselves to be blind, because I tell you, when you remember who you are, you will float and you will swim in the most troubling of waters. And I think as we look across the world today, we see so many things that trouble us. And now is the time that we reinforce ourselves with these spiritual practices. And I'm going to tell you what they are again, because I tell you every single time I'm up here. Our spiritual practices of meditation, a spiritual mind treatment, affirmation, this wonderful spiritual community that we in, right? The beautiful songs that Jennifer sung today, all the lyrics, all the affirmations that are on the screen, and everything that you read in your Science of Mind magazine, your Science of Mind textbook, it is here to remind you of one thing, that you are not alone, and that you have the power, the source of spirit within you. Your mind is the mind of God. There's only one mind, and it operates on two different levels, your conscious level and your subconscious level. And everything that you need is right within those things. The greatest thing that you could ever learn is to think aright. The greatest thing that you could ever learn is to think aright. We just have to stop panicking. We have to stop doubting spirit that is within us. And we have to move into an atmosphere of knowing that we belong. We belong and are always a part of this spirit. It is truly the water of life. It will sustain us in the most troubling of times. When our relationships are not going the way that we think they should go, stop, connect to your source, and go within. And spirit will make you come out fighting. Fighting with love, fighting with joy, fighting in a way that uplifts you and carries you through. We have an unfailing fountain of spiritual power that is always available to us. And the only thing we need to do is turn within and connect to it. Spirit is indeed the water of life. We got to connect. And I'm going to invite all of you to come to these classes, these spiritual mind classes. In fact, Reverend David is going to be giving a class in September titled, You Belong. And I hope to see all of you here. I hope to see everyone that is tuning in on Facebook and YouTube Live, tuning in, registering on Zoom. We'll have it in person and on Zoom. Tune in. And then later on in the fall, I will be giving a class on the art and science of spiritual mind treatment. Why? Because now is the time to fortify ourselves with these spiritual principles. Now is the time to know truly who and what we are and what spirit is to us. Now is the time that we start acting like the divine individualizations that we are, the good stewards of ourselves, of our spiritual community, our planet, and our waterways. It's up to us, each and every one of us. If we do one little thing times the many people that is in this room, it is going to be a substantial difference. We can do this, yes? Yes. All right. I'm here to tell you that I have nothing new. This is ancient wisdom. But it becomes a new thought, a new way of being in our lives. The master teacher said that all power in heaven and earth has been given unto me. All power in heaven and earth. All power in consciousness and in the world of effect has been given unto us to do the right thing. The only thing that is keeping us from it is our limited point of view. Emerson said, let's take our bloated nothingness out of the path of the divine circuit. Let's take our bloated egoic selves out of that path and let the power and presence of God flow through us so that we all can be good stewards. First and foremost for ourselves, because that is the only way that we are ever going to make a world that works for everyone. By being mindful of who we are and who Spirit is to us. Then we can move forth. Just like my teacher told me, do be, do be, do be. You gotta go within in order to come without. You gotta be with Spirit in order to be able to do anything in this world. You gotta connect to Spirit and then move out into this world with love, with joy, with power. Don't be afraid. Spirit is with you always, and so am I. Thank you. So let's say this affirmation again. Ready? I acknowledge the love, grace, and power of Spirit flowing in, through, and around me as the nourishing waters of my life. Let's say that again. I acknowledge the love, grace, and power of Spirit flowing in, through, and around me as the nourishing waters of my life. Thank you, SLCA. Peace and blessings.
Let's have another round of applause for Reverend Jean. I love you. It's the first time I've been able to hear her speak, and I've been so excited. I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. And it's a song called Live in Love. Every minute of life's a chance to live in love. Every thought, every word, a chance to live in love. Every day of my sacred life, may I live in love. It grows up from a seed, bursting forth in sweet release. It's a river that will never run dry. It branches out and reaches up and gives us wings into the sky. It's called living in love, let's give it a try. Every minute of life's a chance to live in love. Every choice, every path, a chance to live in love. Every day of our sacred lives, may we live in love. It's thoughtful and it's wise, giving hope and shedding light. It's a feeling no one ever outgrows. It spreads us wings and lifts us high and shines compassion from inside. It's called living in love, let's give it a try. Love is always moving, cause it really can't be still. It's alive and it's real, and it teaches us to feel. Yeah. Life's a chance to live in love. Every choice, every path, a chance to live in love. Every day of our sacred lives when we live in love. Every day of our sacred lives, let us live in love. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Jennifer. Live in love. Did you write that? That was absolutely fabulous.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Let's give her another hand. Thank you. And Reverend Jean Bell, that was so wonderful. I am a nature person, and I release myself when I'm out in the forest or in my backyard because it's woods, and I feel that connection, and almost anything I want, I feel like once I connect with spirit and look up in the sky, I open up within, and all the love and anything I need just seems to manifest for me. So thank you so much for the water of life and how it was to sustain us in troubled times. So thank you. So I'm here for Grateful Giving, everyone. It is time to acknowledge our first-time visitors. Is anyone here for the first time? We invite you to stand. We will welcome you. All right, let's give thanks for us who are here. Yay! Okay, we invite you to stand, and since we're all here, we've been here before, we appreciate each other for being here. Our ushers are handing out to those who are new, which, as we see, there's all regular travelers and visitors here who we appreciate. So thank you for choosing the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta as part of your celebration today. As we enter our time of grateful giving, we want to thank each of you that faithfully give to SLCA. It is because of your contributions that we can continue to spread our message of oneness. If you were inspired by this message today, please consider becoming a recurring pledger, or give what it is in your heart to give. You can conveniently text your gift to 404-800-9467. You may also give with a credit card on our website or by using the digital program with a QR code displayed on the screen. If you wish to give by cash or check, our ushers will be coming through the aisles shortly to receive your contribution. As you hold your pledge card or gift to your heart, please join me in saying our grateful giving affirmation. So let's just put our hands on our heart and know that I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mally Lapete, and my pronouns are he, she, and her. And I serve as on the creative arts team here at SLCA. I'm excited to tell you about opportunities to connect, grow, serve, and give at our center. For more information about today's announcements, just take a moment to scan the QR code found on either the back of the seat in front of you or on the screen of your monitor for those from home. You may also want to visit our information wall in the lobby after the service. And we'd like to thank you, our loyal pleasures, for giving. We want to thank our loyal pleasures and each of you that faithfully give to SLCA. Thanks a lot. Remember, as always, to check our weekly email newsletter on Monday for all the ways to connect with SLCA during the week. If you're not currently receiving the newsletter and would like to, just speak with me after the service, or there's a clipboard in the front you can sign. Connect with Reverend David and the staff on Tuesdays from 12 noon to 2, where we'll be joined by SLCA member and Pulitzer Prize winner Jericho Brown. We'll have a limited number of Jericho's books, The Tradition, to give to those in attendance. This powerful book is sure to inspire some very insightful conversation. Register on Breeze if you plan to attend. If you enjoy writing, consider joining our writers group. The next writers group will meet Thursday, August 25th via Zoom at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Kathy Ellis hopes to see you there. Maybe I'll show up too. Prepare now to join SLCA on September 4th. I believe that's Labor Day? No, the day before, Sunday, at 1 p.m. after service for an afternoon of jazz, soul, funk, R&B, and blues. Don't miss any chance to experience stellar music in a beautiful setting right here. Enjoy the positive atmosphere and cool vibes of Spiritual Living Center Atlanta. Be prepared to be blown away with an amazing lineup of jazz professionals coming together for this incredibly special concert offered courtesy of SLCA and Gratitude Jazz. Once again, we've been made aware that there are emails being sent out from an unknown source representing our spiritual director, Reverend Dr. David Alexander. Darn, this email is coming from a Gmail account that Reverend Alexander nor the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta own or endorse. Unfortunately, it's a common way for those who are involved in phishing practices to take advantage of those in thriving spiritual communities. If you receive an email that does not end in @slc-atlanta.org from any of our staff asking for anything, it's not from one of us. All giving through SLCA should go through our normal text number or our Breeze giving account, or that basket we just passed. Will our practitioners please stand and make yourselves known in the person and in the online chat at this time to be recognized? Hello, all. You may be seated. We welcome each of you in need of prayer to remain in the room or reach out to the practitioner online for one-on-one prayer with a licensed practitioner. In-person practitioners will be available on both sides of the sanctuary of this room following services. Thank you for joining us this morning. May your week be filled with love, peace, and happiness. You belong. Jennifer, take us out with song.
Yes, ma'am. Shall we stand and sing our peace song? I'm not sure what the protocol is for holding hands, but if you want to do air hands, that's cool too. Here we go. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God Go forth and prosper. Have a wonderful week, everyone. God bless you. Namaste.